Hi, welcome to Azure via C#. I'm Andrea Angella, and in this video, I want to show how to use Azure Functions in C# using Visual Studio 2017. What is an Azure Function? It's basically a way to create a function that can run on the cloud and in response to particular events, like something changed in a blob, or you actually call a particular HTTP, or any particular events that can happen on Azure. And you don't need to worry about VMs or infrastructure or anything like that. You just create a function, deploy it, and you're ready to go. And this is basically a way to create a serverless architecture. Okay, let's try to create a function. Let's say that given a number, return the squared number. Okay, and we want to deploy this over HTTP. In Visual 2017, you can do File, New Project, and you select Azure Functions. You need to make sure that you have the cloud tools installed, and you need to have the Azure Function web job and job tools installed as well. Let's call it my Azure Function. Okay. Now that I have a project, I can add a function into it. So by default, there are no functions created. Let's say new item, and I can click Azure Function. Okay, and let's give it a name, my function. There we go. So next step is you need to select the trigger. What is the event that will cause the function to run? And in our cases, we want an HTTP trigger, and actually we want a parameter. We want to be able to provide a number. Okay, and we have a nice template already available for us. And there we go. I have a function, and it's fairly simple. You have just a static class and a static method run that contains the body of the function that you want to implement. Let me close the solution explorer, so I have more space here for you. So this is quite a long signature. Let me make this more visible to you. Excellent. So what actually is the default implementation? You have a function that is called my function. You have a function name attribute that allows you to provide the name of the function. Then you can specify the authorization level. In our case, let's use unauthorized anonymous. So basically, everyone will be able to will be allowed to actually call this function over the internet. You can say which protocol you want to support. You can both accept POST request or GET request. Let's say we only support GET request, and then we can personalize the route. Let's say, for example, we want squared, and then we provide the name. Here you can specify the parameter that must match the name here. Let's say we want a number in our case, and we want to provide a number here. Okay, let's make this a double. See if this works. Okay, excellent. So what we want to do is, obviously we can log. We also have a trace writer if you want to log. Let's not do this in this case. And we can actually return results using the create response method. Okay, let's try to do the operation. Let's say a result is number by number. Okay, and let's make a comment. I want to return result is, and let me call it. Okay, so it's very simple. Let's build and see if it's actually built. Okay, build succeeded. Before deploying it to Azure, you can actually test the function locally. Pressing F5, you can just run it using the Azure Function Core tools. So what happens now is Microsoft is creating an endpoint using localhost, and I can actually copy this URL, open my browser, and provide a number here, like 10. There we go. You get the result is 100. Awesome. Actually, it works. Now, let's stop the debugger and let's try to deploy this to Azure. How to do this? Let's go to the Solution Explorer, right-click here, and do Publish. Then you select the Azure Function app, do Publish. So what do you need to provide? You need to provide the name of your function that must be unique across the internet. Let's call it Azure via C# my function. Oops, Azure C# my function, something like that. You need to select your subscription, the resource group you want to use, and the app service plan that you want to create. Then you do create and wait. So the first time takes a bit of time because it's the first time you actually create the app service. And then later on, when you want to deploy one again, it's relatively quick. Okay, let's wait and see what happens. Excellent. So Visual Studio tells me the site URL, that is Azure VS function.azurewebsite.net. If I click on it, I'm redirected to the browser, and it's actually telling me that the function is up and running. This is actually a public API exposed on the internet. Let's try to actually call the function. And let me call it API/squared/ let me pass it 10. Oh, you got an error. It doesn't work immediately because it still need to kind of initialize. Let's try again. And there we go. It's up and running now. I can change the number and can get different results. Result is 1 for 4. Fantastic. We have the Azure function up and running on Azure. Cool. Let's try, for example, to make a small changing and redeploy that. Let's see if we can do that easily. Okay, now it's not anymore a square. Let's try to do like build a number. I build it. And I actually go here and I do publish again. So now the Azure function should be doing 1,000. Oh, it's still doing 100, so I have to finish deploying. Let's wait. Is it actually deployed? It takes a while. Refresh. And I get 1,000. Awesome. So you basically get the idea. You can, using Azure Function, create function that you deploy on Azure extremely quickly without worrying about infrastructure. You can use the tool you're familiar with, Visual Studio, and it's as easy as creating a new library, implementing the body of your function as actually a method in a class, and then you can actually deploy the service extremely simply. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.